Welcome. Those of you who are on here, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button and tell me where you're tuning in from in the comments section below. This is going to want to be one of those videos that I'm going to personally ask all of you to hit the share button on right now and to also stay on for the whole length of the video. Welcome, Brandon. Welcome, Sal. I'm gonna welcome you guys on, but I think this is a video that we all need right now, seeing as the world is kind of in a little bit of a shifty place, to say the least. And let's see who we have on. So before I get into this video, which I think is really important, I'm gonna do just a few quick plugs because it's the way I eat and the way I feed my fur children. So first and foremost, my book, Eat Right for Your Zodiac, 144 pages of beautiful recipes, is available in ebook form on AndreaCox.com in the shop and on the Detox Intuitive. You can get it there. I am so proud of this book. Not only, I took all the photos myself because I'm a dork, don't even ask me what I took the photos on, not a professional camera, but I have a section in the front which has to do with your zodiac type, and then underneath each recipe there's actually a symbol for earth, air, fire, and water, determining which element, you know your sun, moon, and rising, which recipe is beneficial for you. I even have the health benefits under each recipe. And let's see here, there's everything from desserts to soups. I had 3 beautiful people donate a recipe, one who had a show on either the Food Network or the Cooking Channel. Is all vegan, all gluten-free. Every recipe other than those 3 recipes are my original recipes. A lot of them were drawn from my grandmother LaGolda's cooked recipes and her non-vegan recipes, which I made vegan, like my noodles and things like that. She had amazing noodles. But I'm happy to say that the hardback form, it has a barcode for a reason, will be in bookstores soon. So we're just going over revisions and spelling errors and things like that, which I'm notorious for. So I've got an editor doing that, and I'm really excited and proud of this. Also, any jewelry you see me have on, you can get in my Etsy shop, The Detox Intuitive on Etsy, and my anointing oils you can get on the shop on thedetoxintuitive.com. My other raw vegan recipe books, juicing books, can be found on my shop on AndreaCox.com. I am so happy to be here right now. And when I say that I'm happy, I mean that I'm happy, and that I feel within my heart space even though there are so many atrocities going on in the world today, let's all pray for, what's going on in, is it Afghanistan? And I mean, everywhere, right? It's horrible. I still feel at peace in my own heart, and this is what I want to share with you guys today. So yesterday, and over the past actually few months, I've been making some posts sharing my intuitive life coaching that I've been doing, and there's been a repetitive theme that have come up with clients, both male and female, and it's a lot of healing from their childhood, but also a lot of healing stemming from past lives and things like that. And I'm going to get into pulling a couple oracle cards at the end of this, so stay with me here. But a lot of people are coming to me with the same things, right? They're in these relationship dynamics where it's push and pull. One's giving more, one's taking more. They're either codependent, right? One won't be able to feed themselves without the other one footing the bills, and that one's angry and feels overworked, etc. There's a lot of codependency in the world right now, right? There's also a lot of emotional codependency, even within the realms of friendships and things of that nature. Welcome, Daniel. Thank you for staying throughout this video. And I want to touch on that because here's one thing. With everything that is going on in the world today, right? Where people are arguing over just their differences in opinions, right? About what's going on with health and politics and everything going on. We should not have to feel like we are in a battle in our home, right? When we go home at night, we should feel appreciated. We should feel loved. We should feel full in our heart space. We should feel lifted up, and we should feel embraced for what we want to do with our lives and how we express ourselves. We should not feel judged. We should not feel poked and prodded, right, for the way we choose to do things, right? And I think it's very sad that with everything going on in the world, that so many can't even get it together within their own homes, right? Getting along within their own homes. Because once they get it together there, they can go out and do what they're meant to do in the world. And, I speak from a place of a lot of experience with this. For a very long time, I chose to isolate myself from others because I felt like I was too sensitive to be able to deal with others on a daily basis. I would interact with my loved ones or people or friends or lover, whatever, and then I would have to go down for a week to kind of rebuild my energy. And that's sad. That shouldn't have to happen. But I will tell you, from a place of a lot of experience, right? A lot of you are probably like, well, you're not married, so how can you help us? I've been in an 11-year relationship. I've been in a 6-year relationship. I've been in a relationship for half of my life. And I can tell you from dealing with my clients that are coming to me with the same thing over and over and over again, one thing is true. There is so much more in the world for us to be focusing on, and that we should be focusing on, where we could band together and really help each other and other people, that we really need to heal these relationship dynamics now so we can focus on the greater good and not just ourselves. And Take a quick sip of this. I love kombucha, especially when I make it myself. It's actually very, very easy, very simple to go through a 30-day process to heal the heart so we can better address these relationships in our lives. And then we can get out and do the real work in the world to help other people, right? Because for some of you, that's actually your purpose, is to help people in the world, and you're not doing it because you're so caught up. You know, last month I was dealing with quite a few clients at once, and I can say this because I'm not using any names, but I was almost getting frustrated with some of my clients that were repeating themselves about situations that just, in my opinion, were so far beneath them. When I had other, wellness coaching clients that I was working with that were having like major life and death surgeries. I had one client that had a brain surgery that, was a major life and death situation. I had another client, she's in her mid-20s and she has breast cancer. So when I was dealing with my clients that were healing their pain in their relationship trauma, I found myself getting frustrated, and I had to really, sorry you guys, let me turn this down. I had to really check in with myself and ask myself, Andrea, why is this irritating you so much? And it's because I've healed. And once you heal your own stuff, right, that prevents you from being in a loving, honest, healthy relationship, you really are in a place to help others. And you guys know me, I'm an open book. And for a long time, I was, I was almost projecting, right? And I remember waking up one day and I was going on a walk with one of my girlfriends, and this is before I moved here. This was about a year and a half ago, and she said, I so miss your smile. And I was like, gosh, you see me like all the time. We walk 3 times a week. And she said, no, I really miss your smile. And that was heartbreaking to me. And she's like, no, you haven't lost your light, but I feel like you've given a little too much energy to people who really didn't see your light and see your big heart and see your beautiful smile for what it truly is. And that was a groundbreaking moment for me. And it was a moment where I reassessed the importance of everything in my life. Everything. And I will tell you when my healing process started, and this is what I tell a lot of my clients that come to me for the intuitive life coaching, and I'll post a link in the description box and in the comments. One of the most, I'll say another groundbreaking moment of when my healing truly started was about 2 years ago, when I had been so focused on a breakup, right? Whining, crying to my mom on FaceTime like every day. It was like a broken record story. And the person who I love the most, a family member, ended up going into the hospital. And that was like a aha moment for me of what is truly important in life. I was just like, oh my God, this shit doesn't even matter. Sorry to offend any of you, I curse. This is what matters. And then, everything came up with, the lockdowns and things like that. And I saw like the divide in the world, and I thought, wow, we really, really, really need to work on a grander scale for the collective, on, you know, bigger things than this. But I still had all these people coming to me that were having issues, you know, with their health and with, which is vitally important, the most important thing in my opinion, and with their relationships. And I thought, man, people are still focused on this with all this other stuff going on in the world. Wow. So that was really a catalyst for me to start my healing and really going within, was a family member getting sick. And then my friend, right before I moved here, she was the second catalyst, her saying, I miss your smile. And I thought, oh, you see me 3 times a week. I must not be smiling. And my healing process really went way deeper than just my childhood. And that's something that I help other people do that they don't quite understand, right? So my healing process went into past lives, because what a lot of people don't know is everything is pre-written, predestined before we get here. Of course, we have free will, but everything truly is pre-written, right? We have these soul contracts with other people, and usually those people are in our soul group from a past life, right? So we have these karmic relationships, we have these soulmate relationships, we have these life partnerships that take us to new levels of growth. But if we can't begin to see this 3D world from this above perspective of these past lives, we do not grow, and these relationships end very badly. Let's see if I still have anyone still on here. If you guys can continue telling me where you're tuning in from. Okay, Steve. Thank you, James. Very sweet. Thank you. I love when I come on talking about something spiritual and all of you guys are talking about health, and then when I go into the kitchen and do health, all of you guys are talking about spirituality. But thanks for being here anyway. Anyway, what I am trying to say here is this. There is a way to see these situations that we are in from an above perspective that allows all of us to grow substantially. And it allows us to let go of the pain that keeps us stuck, stagnant, and held back in all areas of our lives, right? So what I shared yesterday, and all of you seem to resonate with it because a lot of you reached out to me personally, was that your ancestors don't want you in pain like this. They don't want you in codependent relationships. They don't want you in stagnant relationships. They don't want you in needy situations where one person needs and wants to take all your time and your energy. They don't want one person doing more than the other. They don't want you crying at home when someone ghosts you for 2 weeks, right? They want you to start to see these dynamics from an above perspective, and almost, a childhood perspective, really awakening what happened to you in your childhood, because no one had a perfect childhood, but also a past life perspective. So what I do, the first thing I do when I work with a client is I look at their charts in both Vedic and Western, and I also look at the chart of their partners. I always look at their Saturn conjuncts, their moon, Saturn, things of that nature. And I see if there could possibly be a past life connection there that could be a little bit karmic or could be really positive. And even karmic relationships are even positive for soul's growth, right? And then we go from there and we go back and we find the root issue of the pain, right? Because the root issue is never the current issue. It's never how someone is currently treating you or not treating you. It always goes back way deep to who originally didn't care for you, didn't love you, didn't appreciate you, didn't hold you, didn't see you for all the gifts you had, right? So for a lot of us that stems from childhood, but for so many of us it goes back even further. And it's that further soul's growth and evolution that a lot of people have issues with, seeing what they cannot see. So that is a little bit about what I do with this. And one of the reasons I came to this, and I'm just going to pull a card for the collective real quick. One of the reasons I came into this path was I was going through my own pain and I healed myself, and it took a long time. Oh, did it take a long time? It took a very long time. But what I am trying to help other people do is to not suppress their smile and their happiness and their love in order to, help people get grounded. To not suppress that love they have to give, because a lot of times we're so wounded that then someone great comes along, right? And we begin to treat that person like the last person treated us. And then, it's like the wounding goes on, and then they become wounded and give up on love and start wounding others, right? So once we step back into that grounded energy, that wholeness, and I don't even need the cards. The cards are a tool. They're a tool. But once we step back into that wholeness of who we truly are within our soul, and we could say, you know what? I'm going to go way back. I'm going to look at my childhood. I'm going to see who first ignored me, or whatever it may be, who first abandoned me. And I'm going to address that wounding so this can heal and pass through me, because it has to go through you. You have to feel it to heal it. And then once we go back even further, right, into the Akashic records, into our past life, once we look at our charts and we say, okay, I can see now this person's Saturn is my moon, or this person, we can really go further and heal, right? And see which relationships are worth keeping and working on, and which are worth letting go and learning from, without pain, without anger, without jealousy, without wrath, right? There are certain people that have certain placements that cause people that they may move on from to really, really hold on to anger and bitterness towards them. I'm one of those people, Pisces exalted in Venus. I've got a lot of really, really, really placements that cause people to not want to release and get angry at me when I release, and want to kind of hold me down. And so that happening to me over the course of years by more than one person caused me to stop looking and saying, okay, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Start really examining the astrology aspects of it, and start addressing it from a very above perspective instead of a pointing finger perspective that allows even those people to grow and heal, right? Because we're all here to help each other. And when we try to hold other people back because we're angry that they left us, or we're angry and bitter that this happened, or that they lied, or that this happened, or that they moved on without, or any of that crap, we only hold ourselves back. So this is really about, thank you for the hearts, you guys. this is really about our own personal soul's growth and evolution, and how we can learn from the past, i.e. past lives, childhood, and past relationships, and then go on to do what we are actually meant to do, which is help people on a collective level, on a grander scale, right? I love when I see people doing big things for big groups of people where they don't even really prosper that much themselves, but they actually do. They prosper so much within their own heart space because they're doing such great work. That's when someone's reached a level of healing that is just uncomparable to soul's growth and evolution. I know this is kind of like above talk, and maybe some of you, I hear some of you talking about like weight loss and stuff in the comments. Maybe some of you don't understand what I'm talking about, but what I'm talking about is so pertinent because of what's going on in the world today and how we really need to level up. And I've taught you for years on how to level up with your health. And I'm so proud of you, Brandon, for losing 50 pounds with my advice. I love that. Thank you for sharing. You're such a, and please keep sending me your fruit pictures. I love it. But now it's time to level up in how we deal with people in situations that maybe have let us go, but we're still holding on, or maybe that we're still holding, you know, like, or that they're still holding on to us and we're still holding on to the fact that they won't leave us alone, right? So that was a big problem of mine. So it's time to, meaning not letting go of the fact that other people hadn't let go, right? And really trying too hard to sever that cord for them. You know, that just makes us into, you know, a nasty person trying to like really get rid of someone out of our space. So to cleanse energetically and to heal vibrationally, yes, it starts with the food. Yes, it starts with cleansing the body. Yes, it starts with plant-based. Yes, it starts there, but it goes so much deeper when we go into examining our past lives and our Akashic records and rewriting those for our own soul's growth and evolution in this lifetime. It goes so much deeper. I hope this video resonates with at least one of you. Please, please welcome James. Also, don't overthink. Yeah, ruminating thoughts come from not having clarity. So a lot of times it's a form of manipulation when someone doesn't give you clarity on purpose, right? And so a lot of you are going through this right now where someone hasn't been honest with you. They're trying to come back into your life. And welcome, Mallory. And thank you for liking the video and for saying hello. And where you're in this ruminating thought process because you really don't have the truth, right? You don't know what's been going on, where they've been, who they've been, you know, you don't know. But all of these things are so minute on the grand scale when we look at what's going on in the world. And that's what I want to remind you guys of. It's just like what I shared with you when I was working with my intuitive life coaching clients and with my wellness coaching clients. And I had wellness coaching clients that, you know, one was having a brain surgery, one had been diagnosed with cancer in her mid-20s, and then I was trying to help my life coaching clients deal with their relationship issues that quite honestly needed to be severed. And so it was almost a frustration within me, and I had to really check myself, like, why am I getting antsy about this? And I was getting antsy because of where I am on my level of growth. And no one's above anyone on their level of growth. Some people go through their karmic situations before others. That's it. No one's better than anyone else. I want to make that very clear. But a lot of people who are healed now, who went through these situations 3-4 years ago, are now helping other people just now go through these situations. And that's vitally important to come from a healed place. No one needs to be helping others heal who are not healed themselves. So that's another thing that I want to, oh, thank you so much, Valerie. I had a client, a friend of mine, send me a photo of Ice Queen or something, that some cartoon character that she said I look like. That was funny. Thank you. I'll wear it like this more often. It's hot here. So, thank you. You're welcome, Dina. So I think, Dina, you were present during that time where I had all that stuff come up, and I was just like shocked that that hadn't been healed. I think you saw it all transpire on my wall that day, and I was just like, why are these people doing this? So, you know, in order for us to come from a healed space, we need to first take accountability that we are wounded, right? And we can get wounded, but we can always climb out of that space of wounding into a place of dignity, love, transformation, and soul's growth and evolution. And that is what I'm here to help you guys with. So, without further ado, I'm gonna do just a few cards just for the collective. Definitely pick this up on AndreaCox.com or the Detox Intuitive, 144 pages of amazing recipes. Definitely get my anointing oils on the Detox Intuitive or any of my spiritual jewelry or gifts and offerings on the Detox Intuitive store on Etsy. And of course, in the shop section on AndreaCox.com, you can get my 3 intuitive life coaching programs. You know, they all stem from either starting with mindfulness or starting with wellness and then moving into the spirituality. Or sometimes people can be really spiritual, right? But their health can be out of control. I see that all the time. One of my greatest spiritual teachers, he was a yogi. He was someone I was very wounded when he was trying to help me. And this was quite a few years ago. And we should have helped each other. I could have helped him with his health and he could have helped me with my spirituality. But at that time, I wasn't ready to be open to his teachings. And I always think back at him, and I thought of him when I created that program, which is, you know, starting with your wellness, moving into the spirituality. So let's just draw a few cards for the collective. Ascending the mountain. Okay, this is, oh my God, the 3 that came out is wonderful. So keep moving forward. Ascending the mountain. This woman or man, I can't really tell, and I love that they did it that way, is climbing this mountain. Doesn't know where he's headed or she's headed, but there's flowers there. So wherever they end up, they're going to be okay. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. Yeah, in order to heal, we need to get rid of the noise, right? And the noise is so often other people's opinions about what we should do, who we should be with, and what direction and path we should take instead of listening to ourselves, right? So solitude is wonderful. Whether you take 3 months or, you know, 3 or 4 years like I did, you know, silence is beautiful. And you never know your human design. Mine is the life of the hermit, right? One who goes within to learn, absorb knowledge, and then sprinkles it out like fairy dust, right? So, you know, solitude, that's where we let go of the ego. The ego is important. It's important because it's here to protect us. Without our ego, we would just put ourselves out there fully and not worry about what anyone thinks, right? But when we go within so much that we have to face ourselves on a daily basis, and all we have to answer to is God or our higher power, ourselves, and maybe our little fur animals, a lot of that ego dissipates. And it doesn't matter you know, what we look like or who we think we are, when that ego dissipates, it's hard to put the facade back up. So solitude gives us this. And realizing we don't really need other people. We want other people in our life at a certain point, but we don't need them. That helps heal a lot of the abandonment issues we have deep within us, right? When someone leaves us and we feel like we're like throat slit on the floor, bleeding to death, that's ego. That's our ego. Why did they leave us? Why did they leave us? That's when we have to go back and see who originally left us, who originally abandoned us, right? And stop blaming that person. Stop blaming that person who you didn't think loved you enough. Let them go. Let them be free. I think you've held on to them a little too long, don't you think? Right? Okay. So, unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be right now. I feel like a lot of you are trying to answer your soul's calling, but you don't really know what it is. So you're looking at other people for your soul's calling. And that soul's calling is something that is deep within your ancestral roots somewhere. So that's when it's time to go back. Also, unknown territory could be a new relationship, a new, oh, you guys are filling out the intuitive life coaching submission form. Thank you so much. You guys are going to that link. I appreciate it. So being exactly where you need to be right here and right now, right? A lot of you are maybe dating, right? Like a lot of us are, and meeting new people. And just, you know, maybe you still have that wall up and you're scared because you've been abandoned, you've been hurt, you're wounded, you're scarred. Well, if we remember that wounded people wound others, we can really come from a space of purity and love, you know, and not really kind of exiting a person out stage left on the first date by saying, well, I've been through this, and this, and I don't want to do, you know, but really checking in with ourselves when we meet someone and not asking ourselves, how does this person feel about me? Will this person call me again? But really checking in with ourselves and saying, how do I feel around this person, right? How does this person make me feel? How does my energy feel? Will I give this person a second chance? And when you meet someone on that level, it is epically beautiful. Beautiful. It is like swimming in lukewarm waters, crystal serene oceans of blue. It feels so good to just come from a place of purity within the heart space. And maybe when you meet someone else, right? Maybe you're simply opening your heart to joy. We have joy and delight, right? Just like a little girl again, because she's been fogged in for too long. And we have go slow, take time. So in order to uncover the treasure, right? Beneath the surface of every new beginning lies a bounty of God knows what, right? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. And what we really need to do is take things really slow. So it's about really honoring ourselves, honoring our bodies. You know, our bodies are a sacred vessel, just like I've taught you to treat your body good with good, healthy foods. We don't just give our body away, like, you know, we don't. It's beneath us. And really remember, we have to clear the past in order to heal the present. So once we fully let go, and to let go is not to forget, right? Because remembering keeps us keen, right? Not a strategist, but keen in the mind to what to avoid and the red flags to look out for. But once we clear the past, we can heal the present, and we can look forward to expecting those miracles to come in that we never believed were possible. And that's what I'm here to help you guys with. So I hope this helps just a few of you kind of understand what that intuitive life coaching thing is all about that I've been putting out there. I worked hard on the 3 programs. It's very one-on-one. And if you fill that out, there is a questionnaire there. I'll share the link all through the comments and then eventually in the main section. And if any of you have questions, please ask now about the program. It's really a 30-day process I take you through to heal, and it really stemmed from me healing myself after thinking I would never heal over a situation, after not having real crystal clear clarity, after dealing with people that wouldn't let me go for 9 years, and then dealing with a person I didn't want to let go that I should have let go. And it really helps you from all perspectives. And my ability to look at charts and do chart comparisons is unlike anything else, especially in the realm of knowing when a relationship may be too karmic, right? May have a little too many karmic placements in it. So that's something really beautiful, and it's something I'm really proud of, and also integrating the wellness portion of it so we get on top of our physical bodies and really feel the best we can feel at any age. You know, you guys, I've told you I'm in my 40s, and that I'm pretty proud of that, because I feel like I can really hold a candle to my 20-year-old self. So yeah, so I thank each and every one of you. I'm gonna take a quick look at the comments, and thank you guys, whoever's left, for being on here. And I really don't like seeing myself on video. Anyone else like that? Do you guys do video? Awesome, thank you. Elsa, I don't know who Elsa is, Stephanie. Oh, is Elsa the cartoon character is that her name? What if God doesn't exist? Parik, is that your name? I disagree with that. I think God exists in all of us, in our heart space. And I believe in God, and I hope you do too. And if you don't, you know, who am I to judge? But I hope that answers your question. Thanks you guys so much. I'll share the link all through the comments and eventually in the description box. Have a beautiful week. And yes, I'll mix something up in the kitchen soon. I eat so simply these days that it's like, do I want to show them hemp seeds sprinkled on dandelion greens? I don't think so. Like there is 750 raw vegan juicing recipe videos up on Andrea Cox TV on YouTube, and there's more videos like this on the Detox Intuitive on YouTube, so you can subscribe to both channels there. Thank you so much. Be well.